Hello, adventurers. How's it going? We have. Oh, they're in chat. What's up, Sugi? Um, what was I saying? Gonna be doing some character creation tonight, trying to figure out exactly how we're going to be testing this boss fight, and yeah, stuff similar to that. Got anything to add, Long?
I am big.
You are big. It's actually kind of terrifying. Not quite as big as Darkness avatars, but getting there.
I ate some tiny cake.
You ate some tiny cake. Tiny cake?
Yes, I had tiny cake and I got big.
Sure.
And I
pretend
kind
that
of
makes
knocked
sense.
everything over and spilled the Kool-Aid, so now I can't shrink back down.
Ah,
Alice said she'd get me more, though.
sure. Alright, let's see. Real quick, let's run through what our party did in the last session we had on Saturday. They started out in the Underground Cove, recovering from their ogre fight. They went into the Room of Darkness, got super scared of the Minotaur that kind of just one-shot the ogre they struggled to kill in the previous room, and then killed the Minotaur. Got ambushed in the winding corridors, and found the map, and headed south and back out of the dungeon. Not too different than what we planned, but one of the go away, leg.
What? Oh.
Not too different than what we planned, but one of our characters, Bob, sadly critically failed his death saving throw and passed away in the final encounter. So yeah, that was disappointing and the first death of our run through. Today we're going to be focusing over here though on the boss fight. Let's turn off some of these overlays. And focus on that. Exits too.
I just realized, is the 07 supposed to be a guy waving?
It's a salute.
Oh.
Arm up and over.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I just now realized this.
I learned this 2 years ago when I started playing Elite Dangerous.
I'm not good at chat, okay? I usually just punch things.
Yeah, I have no idea how to use this page you sent me. I should have played around with it before the stream. Oh well. So this is the boss fight. Probably gonna start by walking them in.
If you're talking about pretzel, just click one of the different genres, and then it just kind of starts playing.
I don't even know where to find the genres. What are you talking about?
Okay, well, clearly something must be done. I
clicked the button. Okay, I see what you're saying. Yeah, that's not what I'm looking for.
I swear to God, mate.
Anyway.
I got halfway to standing up. Come on, man. You know how much work that is?
Anyway.
I weigh like 8 times as much right now. Come on, man.
Whatever. Do we enter from the south? I forget.
Probably. My hair is getting underneath my headset. 1 second.
Your hair is getting under your... Wait, what?
It was getting underneath my headset, so it was like getting in between me and my Me and my headset, so it was
Ah,
under the ears.
I see.
Also, you think maybe we should like
Hmm.
turn off Steam notifications?
Yeah, I should. You're right, I should. I'll do that later. Um,
Why does it keep popping up what you're playing? Do you keep switching genres?
yeah.
Oh.
Anyway, we'll play with that later. Following the wide stream, you enter a rocky cave with ice covering the ground. There are several holes in the ice with water. A few inches below the top of the ice. Sure, close enough. I forget, what was this yellow circle for? Or is that my keys? That's my keys. Never mind.
Ask and ye shall already know.
Yeah, pretty much. There is a raised area on the north side of the room. And the stream you have been following
Is Asa and Long Gaming.
That's pretty good. Why didn't
And
I
if
think
not,
of that?
you should.
The stream you have been following winds to the, what is that, east, and through a low overhang. Wouldn't a whole cave be an overhang, though?
Yeah.
Whatever.
I mean, it's technically not wrong.
There are
Everything leads to an
5
overhang
holes
if you're underground.
spaced, placed randomly around the room. Each is about, what, 10 feet apart?
I don't remember what the units we ended up going with, and I can't.
It looks
Oh.
like it.
Well, that's kind of annoying.
What?
It updates in chat every single song.
As I said, we're gonna figure out how to turn that off later. Because I looked through the settings real quick and I can't find how to turn it off.
It
Never
wouldn't be
mind.
bad if we had
just
like
say it
an
requires
actual
premium.
Oh,
Found
then
it.
we will be looking through the other 2 options I found.
Yes.
See if
Oh well.
yeah.
There are 5 holes placed randomly around the room, each about 10 feet apart, and the, how do you describe that? Raised area is surrounded by thick vines. You can easily climb up. I think that's pretty descriptive. How wide is this area? We got 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 wide, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 tall. 60-foot diameter rocky cave. Cool. Music is weird. Anyway, see, this is why I don't listen to music. I get distracted easily.
That's why I was going to play the music, and I can't apparently when we're doing D&D streams, because
Well, we'll be able to
apparently they only get
mix
your noise.
audio a different way next stream, so that'll work better.
Yeah, it was a good time to learn about this.
No, well made. Thick vines you can easily climb up. There is nothing else to note in this dead end room. Pretty simple, I think. I need some reason to walk into the you can see. Need some reason to walk into the room though, because otherwise they're just gonna peek their head in and be like, nope, nothing here. Let's move on.
There's gotta be something that they want, or very much just for curiosity's sake. Because I mean, we know that more likely than not, they're going to go into the room and look, simply because it's a room and they want to look. Because that's what they did in the seal room.
True. It was also the only way to go. This is a dead-end room, and if I remember correctly, exit sticklers. If I remember correctly, they get to go either north into the boss fight room or continue on around the thing that makes a circle. And they'll just walk in circles endlessly.
I see. You could put something shiny in the center.
maybe one of the vines or tentacles is just hanging out of the hole. But why would the Pixopus do that?
Reverse fishing. That's how Long used to fish. He would stick his tail in the water and wait for a fish to bite it. This is Long's familiar, so it's like, okay, I need to put my I'm already in the water. I'm gonna put my tentacle out into the air and wait for something to bite it. That'll work.
I can also see them getting scared, just being like, we are not touching that. Not at all.
Touch it. We need bait. Put a sandwich on the end of it.
A sandwich, huh?
Yes.
I think I would be highly suspicious of a sandwich that is in a deserted castle that's just sitting on the tentacle of a giant kraken. I don't know. Would you?
You're asking the man who drank rocks.
That wasn't you. That was one of your other characters.
I am all my characters, man. It's just my stupid BS every time.
Not wrong.
I still can't believe he rolled like a 17 to drink those and just kind of downed them. It's just like, oh, that's pretty good. It's like, oh,
I'm not sure what else to add here. We definitely need to.
We could have
add
some
reason to enter room.
I mean, there could always just be the iconic treasure chest.
But why would there be a treasure chest in the middle of Audley's castle?
To lure it. It's an illusionary treasure chest. Oh wait, that's right. The Pixopus does illusions. All we need is an illusion in the center. Now we just need to figure out what sounds good.
What in the world is that noise?
Sorry, I was getting my eyes with my shirt and it brushed the mic.
God, that was loud. I don't know how loud that was on stream, but my ears hurt now.
My bad. I genuinely
From
try to
the
make that not happen every time, and I just straight up forgot to mute myself this time.
Yeah, whatever.
It's like, it's fine, I'm just deaf now.
If the players climb up to the higher area, they see another hole with water in it. In the ice with water in it. So we need some reason to enter the room, some kind of illusion from the familiar probably, and yeah. I think that's
I
pretty
have
good.
no idea what though. I really like the idea of just the sandwich and then just some, because you know one of them is gonna be stupid enough to be like, no, I want to go see what this is, because
Right.
this is too ridiculous to not be something important.
This music sucks. It's silent.
I was about to say, I just turned up the volume on the stream. I can't hear any music.
Yeah, no, the new track had no volume.
Well, the name was A Brief Moment of Peace.
No, that was the previous one. Asteroid Belt was the one that was playing.
Oh.
And whatever.
Can we even hear the music? Hold on.
I don't know, can't you? I have it set pretty low. But that's so I know I can hear you.
Is it like very slow piano music?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I can just
Oh, I forgot I
barely
had all
hear.
of these characters. I also had an old last name. Let me just change that real quick. Wait, how do you change the name? There we go.
I mean, I'd maybe turn it up a bit. Cause like even at maximum volume, I I cannot. It sounds like somebody on like the other side of the road is playing piano.
Uh, is that better? Now it sounds kind of loud to me, though. I guess I could turn my system volume down. Alright, new characters. What are we making here? Quick build? No, standard. Because we need a certain level of characters. I don't want to get super complicated. No feats, no multi-class, no additional content.
Wait, what are you doing?
Making a new character.
For what reason?
The first of 6.
Oh, right.
So what kind of race do we want? There are a few. You can be a kobold.
Yes.
Hold up, you can be a kobold, what?
Racial trait, cower and beg. Hold on, I want to know what that does.
Hmm?
Grovel, cower, I want to know what these do.
Grovel, cower, and beg. Dark vision. As an action on your turn, you can cower pathetically to distract nearby foes. Until the end of your turn, your allies gain advantage against enemies within 10 feet of you that can see you.
You can't use
Why
again
can't
until
you
you.
use it until you finish a short or
They're
long rest? That
very
makes no sense.
they're very bad actors, and it takes all of their concentration.
That's hilarious.
Okay, now that I know that, I'm going to have the next kobold fight include that.
Definitely. definitely need to do that. In fact, we should probably make some monsters
Ooh, you want to make some
with my
unique
modified
monsters? That would be
zombie
sick.
rules, just to make that official, and then adding this to the default kobolds thing would be kind of cool. Unless they already have it.
No, they didn't. It's just as a player thing, I guess.
Uh, let's see. Yeah, no, it doesn't say anything about that.
Probably because nobody ever expects them to pull something like that.
Probably.
You're bold.
But that would be cool. An actual orc? I thought you could only be a half orc. Yeah, whatever.
Normally, yes, there are other books that allow you to be it.
I guess that's fair. But yeah, what race do we want to be for our first character? We could be
Oh, a
completely
bugbear.
crazy. Bugbear. You look terrifying, sir. Let's do it. Alright.
Yeah, bugbears
Strength
are
score,
awesome.
dex score. Chaotic evil. Just everything needs to die.
But yeah, long limbed is awesome.
Oh, that's nice.
But yeah, long limbed and powerful build is just hilarious. The fact that this character has sneaky, by the way, is not fair.
What? Oh, you're right. Huh. Common?
His
Got him.
surprise attack?
What the?
This thing's a, it's a, it's a rogue that
So,
is a
so it
warrior.
does have to be a surprise round. And you
Yeah,
do
but
have to hit.
that's the whole point of stealth. If you
Well,
attack somebody from stealth and they don't know you're there, you get surprise attack.
no. That isn't. No. The surprise round is if one party is
Oh,
unaware
right,
of
that's a
another.
backstab.
Yeah, backstab. I couldn't remember the name of it.
Okay,
So we got a beefy
okay, let's
bugbear.
make it a rogue so that way it has sneak attack and backstab. Just
Oh god, this is
like,
so
hey,
mean.
do you see that like giant 8 foot tall creature over there? No. Yeah, me neither. Stab, you explode. It's like, oh dear God, no one could have seen this coming.
I like it. So let's see.
It's a,
Proficiencies. We get to do.
oh, I hate it so
Um,
much.
he's big and bulky, so intimidation. It's a bugbear, so probably athletics.
Uh, he has bonus bonus strength, so athletics is good.
Yeah.
Acrobatics is pretty good too for the fact that we're gonna have it be a rogue.
Yeah.
They use acrobatics a lot.
Sleight of hand would be good. Expertise. Yep. And he's a big bugbear, so athletics makes sense. He has
Oh wait,
sneak
I don't
attack.
think you need to give him stealth because he has stealth from race.
Your proficiency bonus is doubled for any ability check that you make that uses either of your chosen proficiencies.
Expertise. Okay.
So
It's
sneaky, you are proficient in stealth. Okay, so yeah, being proficient. Oh wait, this is proficiencies. It didn't add stealth.
I forgot
bonus because you
expertise were
already
even
had
a
it.
thing.
Yeah.
Double your. Wow, that's cool. I
Okay, so
forgot
this
that
needs to
existed.
be level. I think level 3. Let me check. Illusory familiar level 4. So we'll go level 4. Cutting action, roguish archetype. Oh, which one do we want? I don't
Roguish
even
archetype.
remember half of these.
Assassin would be hilarious. but I don't
Gain
know what it
proficiency with
does.
the Disguise Kit and the Poisoner's Kit. You gain Assassinate at 3rd level. When you get the drop, you have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. Any hit you score that is surprised is a wait,
Oh
wait,
yes.
hold on. So
I
what you're
said
saying
you walk up
is
and
that you get an
they
extra
explode.
2d6, and the way we house rule crits means you get an automatic crit on things that don't know that you're there. So you just simply auto crit with the assassinate. So that's
You get a
4d6 on
bonus
top of your
4d6 on top of double whatever the damage is of your actual attack. Which at this point we got to give him something beefy that he can use. Just like, oh hey look, it's an octopus. Stab, dead.
All right, what kind of feats do we want? I turned off feats, but let's see. I actually don't know all of the feats. That's gonna take too long. Let's just do ability score.
Definitely dexterity.
Both in dex or both in strength? Because he gets +2
Uh,
for dex, or +2 for strength and +1 for dex from his race.
I think
I think a strength-based rogue would be really interesting. Because aren't most of their things
dex, yeah.
finesse, as in they can choose strength? Or
There are a few things that are finesse, yeah.
I forget. Not the search bar. That's the search bar. Finesse is use your choice of strength or dex. So yeah, a strength-based rogue would be interesting.
Okay, we'll need to find a rogue like finesse weapon that is good for crits.
Okay, so point blank, we're already doing that for sure. He's a rogue, so he needs some kind of charisma. Definitely needs some kind of con. So we got 4 points left.
I would put probably one more in. Can you do one more into strength, or is 15 the highest?
15 is the highest.
Okay.
But then with how ability scores go, it's 15 strength and then +2 from race and then +2 from ability improvement. So he's at 19.
Yeah, take a look at his totals. Let's go down.
Yeah. So we got 11
I'd
dex.
say we should up his intelligence because he's a rogue, and rogues have a crap ton of skills. And intelligence makes you better at that. So I would put that at 12.
So we'll go 12 and 12 for those two. That way we have some dex and...
Yeah. Dex increases your AC as well, so that's a good idea.
Yeah, we'll do that.
We still have 1 point left over.
Yeah. Something like that then?
I like that.
Okay.
His whole point is to just walk up and just explode one enemy and then just kind of be normal rogue after.
Bugbear auto crits. Definitely some kind of criminal. Spy. Or maybe a... Huh. No, definitely just that. We'll go...
It's a serial killer. He's literally Jack the Ripper. Just walking around,
he is a
just somebody
bugbear,
explodes.
so he's chaotic evil. That makes sense.
You're just walking around and you just hear a weird noise, turn around and you explode. It's just like, got another one.
So let's see. Would it be perception? Or... I think perception would be a good one. 3 dragon anti-set. I haven't seen that And let's see, what kind of tools does he use?
Definitely a lock pickers.
That's not a tools.
There's something in there.
Is there? Wood carvers, weavers, wheels, vehicles. Wait, is this proficiency? Tool proficiencies, okay.
Oh. You can make him proficient in glass blowing.
Why glass blowing? What?
I don't know. In case you want to like help your friendly neighborhood alchemist.
That doesn't make any sense. I'm sorry. No sense at all.
Bagpipes.
Let's see. I have no idea. That probably doesn't make any difference at all, actually.
No, absolutely not. But forgery, I mean that works.
These will be fun. So this assassin, who is a giant bugbear, he's always calm. Okay, that doesn't fit the idea. The first thing I do in a new place is to note the locations of everything valuable or where such things can be hidden. That kind of makes sense.
I kind of like number one. I always have a plan for
what to do when things go wrong.
It's like, this is plan A, pulls out dagger. This is plan B, pulls out hammer.
Okay, I like that. I'd rather make a new friend than a new enemy. Yeah, no, that's definitely not him. Incredibly slow to trust. Those who see...
Are you sure? Come on, man. You know those sketchy types that call everybody their friend?
God, those...
You can just imagine,
I don't
like,
see the bugbear doing that, though.
But long-armed Sasquatch man, just like, oh, come on, friend, as he, like, leans over, arm wrapped around your entire body. It's like, I'm uncomfortable. It's perfect.
Okay, honestly, I don't think I'm enjoying the selection of music here. Can you send me the link to the next one we wanted to try? Or do you
I haven't tried the others yet.
Oh, okay.
Also, I don't have that anymore. I'd have to go searching.
Oh, okay. Because, yeah, right now it's kind of just droning.
Just go to EDM for now. I know you like EDM at least. I'll look around and see if I can find the old one.
Okay. You said EDM.
Because if you don't like EDM, I don't get it.
You don't get it?
I don't get it. There's no way with what you listen to that you wouldn't like EDM.
I can see that. He's still spamming chat.
Ban him.
Wait, hold on. Can I mute him? Hold up. I can...
Timeout, ban, report. Yeah, we can report him.
Report him. Spamming chat. Fucking stupid. Ideals. What is he adventuring for? Honor? No.
Is that a food?
Freedom. Chains are meant to be broken, as are those who would forge them. I could see him having like some sort of...
He needs to have a pair of handcuffs in his inventory.
Charity. I steal from the wealthy so that I can help people in need. No way in hell. Do whatever it takes to become wealthy. I don't see him being pursuant of wealth, though.
Chaotic makes the most sense. Especially since these things are usually chaotic evil.
There's a spark of good in everyone. It's called the explosion of blood when I stab you. Nah, I like that one. don't think he's doing anything to help anyone. I can see him having some sort of vengeance line going, though.
Okay, so here's my question. Why are we making the personality?
I have
Isn't
no
this
idea.
just a character for a test fight?
Well, yeah, but also I like the bugbear one-shot crit idea. So
I
I
can't
might
think
I
of
might
it.
either play this or add it to the dungeon. I don't know.
Oh, that would be a fun, unique mod. Speaking of which, something I never brought up but it meant to. Do you want to make unique monsters for this? Like something that's not necessarily a boss, but just a world boss, so to speak. Like it's just kind
Well,
of wandering around.
I was thinking, like even if we do, was it my creations? Yeah. Use zombie. Like, you know how I changed up the skills for the zombie? Where it didn't have a slam, it had a grab of sorts. Where it just grapple you. And then it was bite.
Here, I'm gonna send this to you if you want to try different music. I have not tried this out yet. However, this link is referenced in Twitch's setup guide.
Is it really?
Yes.
What's this?
I
Why
have
are
not
you on
used
my
it
main
yet.
screen? Go away.
Yeah, I have not used this yet, so you need to figure it out. But it
I don't know.
apparently is what Twitch suggests.
Anything I click isn't playing. Whatever. We'll figure out more music stuff after. Bite, melee weapon attack plus 3 to hit. Reach 5 feet.
Which, by the way,
One target.
should we make that necrotic damage?
Hit 6, 8.
Because, like, I like how she thought it was
2d6
zombie
plus
infection.
1
So she wanted to try and be resistant to it later, but, like, no.
damage. Um,
Nah, I think I kind of like the idea of it staying the way we had it.
if
Where it's not trying to
an
turn you into a zombie, it's just straight up
ally
trying to eat.
is in a grapple with a target, this zombie can make a bite attack. But yeah, I don't think we ever even used the slam. This seems a lot more like an actual zombie.
Wait, hold on. Why is the bite bludgeoning damage?
What should it be? Slashing damage?
Piercing.
Okay, that makes sense actually.
Piercing or necrotic. Is it trying to turn you into a zombie or is it straight up trying to eat you?
I
Because if it's
have no
trying to
idea.
turn you into a zombie, then yeah, her thought of is this necrotic makes sense. But
But yeah, this
I was
this is
assuming
what
it
we
just straight
played.
up wanted to eat somebody.
Yeah, no, it just wanted to eat the thing. I don't think it's necrotic damage now.
Okay, so yeah, it's just
Anyway,
straight
how
up
did we
trying
get
to
on
eat you.
that tangent? I forget.
That was a tangent?
Yes, it was a tangent.
I thought that was the straight up subject. That's how lost I was. Apparently.
Hmm. What would be the chink in this bugbear's armor?
What are you looking at? Flaws?
Flaws. Like, I
Hmm.
mean, yeah, he can fuck you up if he gets the jump on you, but what? That one kind of makes sense. He's a mastermind, so I don't think the plan would make sense.
It's like the tell is just like he can't look somebody in the eye. Like he's a really bad liar. It's just like straight up has to look away and whistle. It's just like, okay. Wait, hold on. Hold the phone. Didn't we make him good at like deception or something? Hold the phone.
I don't remember, did we? Um, Proficiencies, expertise. No, intimidation.
Okay, perfect.
So that works. That works really well, actually. I like it.
Okay, so yeah, he
Um,
can't lie.
can't look at person.
Just like the straight up, just hey, do you know what you're talking about? Just straight up duck face looking to the side. It's like, bro, are you serious? I hate that I like this character.
uh, uh, how do you describe the what is it, gibberish? Whatever. It doesn't matter what the actual tell is, just that it's there. So starting equipment. I don't think they would have starting equipment by the time they're level 4.
By the way, for those of you who don't know what I'm talking about, this face.
Yeah,
That is straight up what I'm talking about.
that face. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
I'm trying to imagine a bugbear making that face.
There we go.
God, that doesn't make it. It sings like a very angry Chewbacca.
Bugbear auto crits.
I hate it. I hate everything.
So, once per turn you deal an extra 2d6 damage to one creature you hit with an attack with a finesse or ranged weapon if you have an advantage on the attack roll. You have advantage on attack rolls against any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet. And any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a critical hit. So how are crits supposed to work? Crit.
For
Critical
some
hit.
people, crits are
No,
automatic.
I want the critical hits. You get to roll extra dice. Roll all of the attack's damage dice twice and add them together. Then add any. Okay, so my crits are the actual correct crits. So what you're saying is that it would be, where is it? Assassinate. Is it? It's an auto crit with sneak attack.
So that's an extra 4d6
Yeah.
on top of
The,
double whatever the standard.
rapier, so 2d8.
So 4d6 and 2d8 plus 4 and then plus whatever the
There is
thing
no
is.
plus for the sneak attack. It's just 2d6. So 46 2d8 plus 4.
Yes,
Ouch.
because I'm level
Rip.
3 and you didn't know I was here, so die.
You mean 4, but yeah.
Close enough. You can do this at 3rd level because you get surprise at 3rd.
Oh, no. It's 8d6 because of
Oh.
surprise attack. 8d6.
Well,
2d,
that's if they're
2d8.
surprised. So
No,
it says anything that hasn't made a thing yet.
So
if you
you
have a higher
advantage on
initiative
attack
than
rolls against
somebody,
any creature that hasn't taken a turn in combat yet.
and
Any hit you score against a creature that is surprised is a crit.
so that means that you,
So
unless you're
if you
surprising them, you
surprise a
don't get a
creature,
crit.
you get an extra 2d6.
So if the person knows you're there, but your initiative is higher, you get 46 and 2d8 plus 4. But if they didn't know you were there and your initiative was higher, then you get 8d6,
2d8
2d8s plus 4. So that's why we have him hide, and
Holy
we let
fuck.
him start. That's why we let him start every fight. Nobody starts a fight until he blows somebody up.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the ready action comes in. When somebody explodes, I want to use this ability.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, can you imagine if you had an entire party of people like this and everyone succeeded their stealth? So like just like all like straight up what we do in video games, just everyone sneaks up behind their target. It's like, okay, 1, 2, on my turn. It's just like everyone sets up. It's like when somebody dies, I want to stab my guy, and then just like everyone says that, and then the last guy is like, I stab my guy, just dead. Everyone else simultaneously dead.
Perfect.
It would take like 13 turns to set it up, but you would instantly win the combat.
Wait, hold on. So
What's maximum damage on that?
6 times 8 plus 8 times
What?
2.
Oh.
Wait, hold on. 6 times 8 plus. Why won't it do parentheses? What the fuck? 8 times 2 plus 4.
68.
Divided by 2, rounded down, or rounded up because of how averages work, is 35 damage. On average. At the beginning of combat. So what you're saying is that
And he has 23 maximum health at this point.
23 max health, an AC of 13, so kind of low, but
Well, yeah, but rogue.
an initiative bonus of +2. You can
You just roll initiative?
hold on. You can click initiative and roll a dice. What?
Neat. Let me try. It didn't
let
work.
you try. So wait, does that work if I do? Beep.
Oh my god.
Beep.
Does it do the math for you too?
Yeah.
You're covering it.
Oh.
Oh, that's so cool. Okay, now I'm tempted to buy like now I'm tempted to buy like a little tablet or something so I can just have this.
Right. Let me just punch you for 5 damage.
Wait, does it just straight up do 5?
Yeah.
Wait, but hold on. Hold the phone. So, can you do a surprise strike with an unarmed strike?
Wait, can you click the scale value?
With a finesse or
Oh, I see
ranged
what that
weapon.
does. Okay.
So you need to be able to use, so you need to turn your unarmed strike into finesse. Is that possible?
An
Because if you can
strike
make your
into
unarmed
finesse.
strike, yeah, if you can
I
make your
don't
unarmed
think so.
strike finesse. Because I want to say that a monk can do it.
I don't know.
So-
Can a monk do it? Probably not. Mockin. Oh my god. I don't remember anything, so probably not. Maybe. Okay. So it says that it does the same thing as finesse. Does that count? Or does it have to be a finesse weapon?
Okay, so martial arts allows you to use dexterity instead of strength if you wish.
It seems like it, yeah.
Then I would consider that a finesse. Because that is literally the same thing.
Yeah. But it doesn't say finesse. It's like
Like,
the
yeah.
wording on fucking trading cards. If it has the same ability, but it's not named the same thing. Anyway.
Technically, according to the by the book rules, and strictly as it's written and intended, no. Because sneak attack says it must be a finesse or ranged weapon.
Mm-hmm.
However, because it's essentially finesse, I've been finding that a lot of people rule it as yes, simply because it's more amusing.
So
And I mean,
I'm gonna
it's
roll this until
technically
I get a
finesse.
20.
You want to see if it like sparkles or something.
Yeah.
Hey!
20! And it automatically throws 2 dice. That's cool.
Oh my god. It adjusted it. That is so cool. What happens
But
when you get a 1?
it doesn't, right? It doesn't take into account these. So you still have to remember to do the thing.
I see.
Once per combat.
So yeah, it
Fucking
says technically
stupid.
by the book, no, but it's so close
Yeah.
that most people just say it's okay.
All
At
right,
least
we
that's
got
one
one.
fighting chance.
We got one done. Bugbear auto
Oh
crits.
dear God. How many of these are we making?
Well, we have 6 players, so probably 6. I don't know.
We're gonna have 6 really broken BSs, aren't we?
No, yeah, absolutely.
Alright. What's next? What's a fireball?
A firbolg. Firbolg tribes cloister in remote forest strongholds,
Yeah, like the Pokemon.
preferring to spend their days in quiet harmony with the woods. Oh, a firbolg. They're. We need a druid firbolg. It makes sense.
What is... I don't get what is a firbolg.
A firbolg.
Fearbolt.
Why is he
A
blue?
fearbolg.
What are they? Oh, natural druids.
I told you. It makes sense.
Hidden shepherds. Oh, it even tells you which path to go down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, so they're just humanoid creatures that just kind of live out in
As a
woods?
bonus action, you can magically turn invisible until the start of your next turn, or until you attack, make a damage roll, or force someone to make a saving throw. Once per rest.
Okay, cool. So this guy's gonna be a rogue too. We're just gonna make everybody rogues.
I like the idea of a firbolg. Yeah, we'll do that. Wisdom and strength. Can cast detect magic and disguise self. okay. Wait, they're normally a lot taller? Oh, okay.
What? I looked away. What
They're
happened?
they're usually 7 to 8 feet tall, and with disguised self, they can seem up to 3 feet shorter.
Neat.
Yeah. You also count as one size larger when determining your carrying capacity, weight, and that kind of thing. Speech of beast and leaf. You have the ability to communicate in a limited manner with beasts and plants. How the fuck does a plant speak?
Yes,
Makes
druid.
sense. Makes sense. Let's go. What class? Artificer. Nah.
Probably druid. It does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, it does. Or we could do a ranger. Nah, I like the druid idea.
Or we could make him a paladin.
You're right, we could. Anyway, druid skill. Nature.
Definitely nature.
And animal handling. Checks
Yes.
out. Level 4. Wild shape. Druid circle. Which circle are we? Oh god, there's a lot of options. Holy
Shepherd.
crap.
They said they were shepherds.
Circle of the shepherd. Speech of the wolves. At second level, woods. He has the ability to converse with beasts in Mayfey. Doesn't he already have the ability to converse with beasts?
In a limited manner. This would mean he could talk to them
Okay,
naturally.
that makes sense.
And he couldn't speak to Fae before.
Okay, that makes sense.
Plus, spirit totems are sick.
Ability score improvement. What does the druid use? Was it wisdom?
Yeah, for spellcasting.
Wisdom. Alright, I'll be back in just a minute. Quick bathroom break.
And it was on this day that nobody knew quite what looked beneath the sea. Dan it. 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 Oh no. Hold on. Whoops. I dragged myself too far off screen. Hep. Hold on. Can't grab me. No. I messed it up. Fit to screen. Hello. I'm back. I fixed. Oh, that was a close one.
Okay, I'm back. Why in the world are you huge?
I got stuck.
You got stuck.
I was doing the Jaws thing, dude, and then kind of just dragged myself too far down and couldn't grab me again. So I had to try and figure out a way, and turns out choosing fit to screen.
Fits to screen, really, huh?
Yeah,
I
so
wonder why. God, that's hilarious.
Don't you make fun of me. That was terrifying.
Okay, wisdom. Con. Dex. Strength. Int. Ka. Okay, what are we doing now? Why are you upside down? Hey Kevin, how's it going? Glenn is now gargantuan. Who's Glenn?
I am Glenn.
No, you're Long.
Shh.
Wait, Long, you're
Wait.
covering chat. Move.
Oh, whoops. My bad.
Get out of the way, I can't see our people. What are you doing now? Okay, so max out wisdom. What what other ability scores does druid use? I haven't actually played a druid, so I am not sure. I think you have though.
It has been a while,
Mm-hmm.
but it depends on what kind of druid you
A
want to go
shepherd.
with. I see, that's the thing. When I played, it was 3.5. There was no circles.
Ah. Wisdom for spell. Yeah, that's why wisdom is 15. But what's the secondary one? I mean, I could just go over here and look it up, but
Yeah, probably should.
that's boring. I'm gonna do it anyway. Okay, so
You collect monsters.
class. Here we go. Creating a druid.
Followed by
Quick
Constitution.
fill. Wisdom followed by con. Okay.
Okay, that's what I was thinking, but I also
Go.
really like wild shape druids, so I didn't know if that was standard or not.
There we go. Pretty average, and then I think that's pretty good. Dex for the ranged weapon, probably. Or should we do strength instead? Because don't they carry like a stick?
I mean, shepherds usually do, yes.
Okay. Let's have him carry a stick. He'll use it to whack things.
Oh, that reminds me. I had a really fun and interesting idea for some
Shepherd.
unique loot.
What was the full name of...
Hold on. I know exactly what you're...
Commander Shepherd. So this guy was a... Definitely an outlander. He has a flute? Pan flute, not flute. He can also speak...
Okay, Arthur Hoggett. There you go.
What?
Arthur Hoggett.
Who the fuck are you talking about?
It's the male farmer from the movie Babe. He had a lot of sheep. Technically, he's a shepherd.
Not at all what I was asking. Let's see. Languages. What's a GIF?
Gift?
No, GIF.
GIF?
GIF.
Gith.
It's a race. Oh,
That you don't have,
all right.
apparently.
Well, Gith are warlike Githaklandilagla and the contemplative Githslaglag.
These guys look like they worship Cthulhu. I'm just saying.
You're right, they do. I see why they're called the Gith and not the Githanki.
Wait, hold on. What was the original thing? What was the like gurgling noise?
Githyanki and the contemplative Githzerai. The Gith. Not to be confused with the Geth.
I don't like any of the things.
Oh,
I'm
they're
not
slaves
sure.
to mind flayers. That makes sense.
That's what I was thinking of.
Okay.
Okay, well, why would we have one of those?
No, that's the language.
Oh.
That's weird. Loxodon. Crawl. What the fuck are these languages? Read.
Loxodon are bipedal elephants.
Sure. The shepherd can speak to elephants. We'll go with that. So this shepherd,
Yeah, I took
Who is
a class. I took a semester
cookie
in
cutter
Loxodon.
druid, driven by wanderlust, watch over his friends. I don't know. He definitely feels more comfortable around animals than people. Yes. He's also breaking things. I read owlbear and I was like, wait, hold on. But no, it was a bugbear. Change. Life is like seasons. That sounds like a freaking Wanderlust druid. Nature as well. Glory, might. It is each person's responsibility to make the most happiness for the whole tribe. Honestly, I think this is just going to be a playtest character.
Yeah. Too cookie cutter.
Yeah. Wooden shield, scimitar, and he has a wand because reasons.
Oh, the scimitar.
Yeah. Let's just equip everything. He has 3 hands, it's fine.
You don't?
No, not really.
Technically, I have 4 feet,
You might.
so I don't have hands. Wait, do I have hands?
I don't know,
Hold
do
on.
you? I don't think you do. Alright, third character.
Hands?
Let's just turn everything off again. Let's see. Arakakra. Bird.
Oh dear God.
Yeah?
Lizards have hands before they're born.
They have flight. Interesting.
Yeah, it's a bird. The
Also
Aarakocra.
has natural weapons. 1d4 plus strength instead of... I could see this being a really good monk.
Yeah, it looks like the also cleric.
Cleric. How do you see cleric?
There's a cleric Aarakocra in one of the campaigns I listened to.
That we're trying to make
other than the
broken
fact that he's
characters here.
I mean, that guy's missing an arm, a wing, and an eye right now, so I mean, yeah.
You could change your appearance and your voice. We're making another rogue.
Shape change. Wait, no. Hold on. What if this was a druid? You could turn into anybody, or any animal, or anything. You never know what
Wait,
I
hold
am.
on.
I am literally the fly on the wall. Or I'm the guy you're talking to. You'll never know. Also, lizards do have hands. The front feet
You
are
do need to adapt a
structured
form that
differently.
has the same basic arrangement of limbs that you have, though. So he couldn't become a lizard.
That's the thing. If he uses wild shape to turn into a different animal, or turn into an animal, then he could use shape change to turn into different animals. It's like a 2-for-1 special at Geico. You can be all the lizards.
Hobgoblin. Interesting.
Oh.
Con and int. Okay. Okay. These are humans with dark vision. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Hobgoblins are just smarter goblins.
Okay. Wait, what?
What?
Saving phase. Hobgoblins are careful to not show weakness in front of their allies for fear of losing status. If you miss an attack roll or fail an ability check or a saving throw, you can gain a bonus to the roll equal to the number of allies you can see within 30 feet of you. So you can just have a +5 because allies. I like it.
And they said knowledge was power. Clearly, it was the power of fright. What's a Kalishtar?
Kalishtar are compound people created from the union of humanity and renegade spirits in the plane of dreams.
Wait,
The
aren't all
fuck does
people
that
compound? Hold on, aren't all people compound people? Because like a compound word is two words that make one word, and you need two people to make one people. So aren't we all compound people?
Wait. The union of humans and spirits. So these are demigods. They are hunted by nightmares. Interesting.
So Kratos.
Sure.
Sounds like Kratos to me.
A shifter. What's a shifter? Oh, they're were people. Cool.
Neat.
We need to make a berserker with a shifter.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, what kind of shifter do we have? Wild
So,
Hunt, Swift Stride, Long Tooth, Beast Tide. What the heck are these?
I have no idea. The beast tide draws strength and stability from the beast within. Beast tide shifters are typically tied to the bear or the boar, but this subrace can embody any creature known for its toughness.
So they're the physical dudes.
Long tooth. Fierce and aggressive, form deep bonds with their friends. Many long tooth shifters have canine traits that become more pronounced as they shift, but they might instead draw on tigers, hyenas, or any other predator.
So they're the werewolf.
So wait, hold on. So canine traits, but also cats. Got it.
Wait, hold on.
Right.
Um,
Shifters are graceful,
man's best friend.
typically feline in nature. Wait, hold on.
Can also turn into bulldogs, wolves,
Swift
and a
stride
poodle.
shifters are often aloof and difficult to pin down physically or socially. Huh. And then we can do a wild hunt.
So
Sharp and
it's
insightful,
half
constantly
human, half
alert.
tabaxi.
So probably excellent hunters, spiritual leaders of shifter communities. So like birds of prey, that kind of thing. Okay, so we can do the tank, the fighter,
Let's make
rogue.
Warwick.
and the archer. That's pretty much what that is.
Let's make Warwick go full wolf berserker, just ham skis.
Beast Tide?
I think it would be the second one because canine traits. If we want to go werewolf, unless you want to go werebear. Werebears are always fun.
If we're trying to make a...
Max turned into one once.
What was his name?
Warwick?
Yeah, if we're trying to make a Warwick clone, is Warwick more DPS or tank?
He is both. He is a sustained tank through the fact that all of his abilities deal damage and heal. So he's like Vladimir, who just kind of, yeah, I'm totally a mage. Don't mind this Warmogs.
So, transformation lasts for a minute until you revert to your normal appearance as a bonus action. When you shift, you gain temporary hit points equal to your level, plus your con modifier, minimum 1 temporary hit point. You also gain additional benefits that depend on your subway stats after
I'm pretty sure you said Subway somewhere in there.
Subway. I wouldn't doubt it. You can't do so again until you finish a short or long rest. So, it's just an extra berserk. Got it. Or rage, I think they call it. The beast within shapes each shifter physically and mentally. The 4 major sub-variations of beast have... Okay. You can use your elongated fangs to make an unarmed strike. It's a bonus action. It hits for 1d6 plus strength. Okay. This doesn't tell me what it does, though. Well, let's see what the other ones do. This one. Oh, it's the shifting feature. Okay, so the bonuses we get are you gain additional hit points and additional
temp
AC.
HP.
Proficiency with athletics.
Okay, well that is
You
Volibear, right?
have
Volibear's ultimate right there.
right. Oh, this is the shifted feature. Okay.
So
Gain
bonus action to bite people.
an improved unarmed strike.
Yeah, that sounds like forward.
Your walking speed increases by 10 feet. You can move up to 10 feet as a reaction when a creature ends its turn within 5 feet of you. This reactive movement doesn't provoke opportunity. That is...
Niddly!
Yes.
With the leap. The constant leaping.
And then we have advantage on wisdom checks. No creature within 30 feet of you can make an attack roll with advantage against you. Wait. While shifted, you have advantage on wisdom checks, and no creature within 30 feet of you can make an attack roll with advantage against you. Oh. Okay. Interesting.
Sounds like that one might actually be a good duelist.
Yeah.
Because flanking would mean
extra
that you...
hit points and extra AC, or extra damaged on unarmed strikes?
We need to look into the Barbarians, Berserk, and their weapon proficiencies. If they can make use of unarmed strikes...
Alright, we'll go with the extra
Well, because it's a
health for
bite
now.
attack, so it doesn't really matter what weapon you're using. As long as you're within 5 feet when you hit somebody, you can just bite them afterwards.
Yeah, but wouldn't a barbarian just have, like, a D12 damage weapon?
Yeah, but it's a bonus action. So you can, like,
Wait, it's
stab
a
them in the
bonus
shoulder and then just
action?
bite them.
Oh, hold on. Ah!
Wrong one.
Hold on, it's, okay. Interesting.
You can make it to a monk, just rip them apart and then just say and just bite them in the face. It's like, ow, what the hell?
Fucking monk with extra attacks. It's just gonna be like punch, 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 bite. It's like, what the fuck was that? Hey Matt, what's up? Having a good stream? Yeah,
Hello.
kind of. Making some characters for our playtest on Saturday. And also eventually gonna get back over here and fill in some details here about what brings them into the room.
Yeah, so far we made a very standard Firbolg druid
Yeah.
and a
then-
bugbear that one-shots people.
Probably my favorite character I've made in quite a while. He gains extra damage on surprise if he goes first and with sneak attacks. So if you set up combats correctly, you get 8d6 plus 2d8 plus 4 damage right at the beginning for level 4 characters.
So yeah, so it's just like, just everyone sit there and sit back, and then he just sneaks in there with his proficiency in stealth. And then it's just like, okay, on my command, it's like, on my signal, the fight starts. What's the signal? And then just somebody explodes. It's like, there you go.
Right. Like, we did the math, and the boss we made for this party of 6, it will probably greater than half shot it if this character that was the signal. Yes.
Like, that one sounds so much fun that he's actually, like, he's made a personality because he thinks he's thinking of keeping it.
Right.
Which I don't blame him.
Oh
That's
yeah,
an
no,
awesome
I'm
character.
definitely gonna play as that character or
Hello, Elm.
put it into the mega dungeon at some point. Hey Elm, what's up? Let's see. So I like the bonus damage idea, because if we're trying to do a berserker, Yeah, what does the Berserker's Rage or Barbarian's Rage do? It's you have advantage. Gain a bonus to damage, and you have resistances. Okay.
Yeah, and it lasts for 1 minute, and it's a bonus action. So
So
what
it
you
is a
can
bonus
do,
action. So you can't rage, shift, and
no, but
wait,
you can do
is
it.
shifting
Yes,
is shifting
shifting
a
is a
bonus action?
Yes, shifting is a bonus action.
Where's my shifter?
Right there.
Shifting
Install 5.
as a bonus action. Yes, you're right.
But yeah, you can't do one and then next turn do the other though.
Yeah, and then next turn make a bite attack. I like
Yeah,
the
so
extra
that's why
health
it's
idea because you get extra health on top of your extra damage 2 turns in. Not bad. Just doing my usual outlining for campaigns whenever that comes around. Yeah, pretty good. Third campaign whenever. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I've done a few campaigns, mostly out of books though. This mega dungeon we're working on right now is the first time I've done any completely original setting, story, campaign, that kind of thing. So I'm having a lot of fun with it.
Yeah.
But yeah, Long, so are we doing health or extra damage on the third turn? Because I can see the extra health being nice, because it gives them a little bit of extra buffer for if they're in the wrong spot.
Rage gives them extra strength, right? Or the extra
So
attacking stuff.
rage gives the. Let me pull it up on another thing so we don't have to keep bouncing back and forth. Barbarian. You have rage. You have advantage on strength and saving throws. Strength checks and saving throws. You have bonus to damage that increases as you gain levels. And you have resistance to damage. Currently doing first campaign, that being SKT. Campaign after that is COS. I don't know those abbreviations, sadly.
I recognize SKT, but
What's SKT?
it's not what you're thinking of.
Oh, Curse of Strahd. I should have known that. I ran that. That was the first one I ever ran.
Yeah, Storm
Okay.
King Thunder was not what I was thinking. I was thinking SKT T1.
Storm King's Thunder. That sounds familiar. I guess I should look under sources, huh?
Probably.
Storm King's Thunder. Oh, that one. Okay. Yeah, I remember that one now. That one looked entertaining. I didn't have enough money for all the books though, so I went with Curse of Strahd. Which was very fun. I recommend it if anyone hasn't played it yet. Second episode of D&D Talk Show. Ran a small 5-room dungeon that you had made in 4 hours.
Oh,
Making a dungeon in
I've
4
thought
hours
about doing that for
seems
so long.
very hard. A custom homebrew set in the Borderlands universe. D&D
I've thought
Borderlands
about doing
sounds
that
like
so
fun.
much.
Although I don't
I-
think D&D would be the best platform to use it on. Wouldn't it be better for...
What are you talking about? Bunkers and badasses, man.
I mean, okay, probably. But
It's just the other way around.
aren't there other tabletop games that already have everything balanced for like weapons and stuff that might work better? I don't know. I've only ever played D&D,
weapons in
so
Borderlands.
I might just be making shit up.
Why would you need to balance weapons in Borderlands, man?
Bunkers
balanced.
and badasses. Wait, bunker? Is that what
Yeah,
you've been
bunkers
saying?
and badasses.
Okay. Anyway, more hit points or more damage? Oh wait, you're up here.
That's exactly what caught the mayor off guard too.
Tell ya, I like the extra hit points. It goes well with the extra defense.
Yeah.
Or with the resistances.
Yeah, plus they get extra damage on their melee, so instead of just
Yep.
going super damage, it'll just make them overall just a threat
Yeah.
for just a minute straight.
Exactly. Pretty much like Warwick.
I mean, as long
He
as his
shows
ultimate's up, you really don't want to fight him.
Exactly. Definitely intimidation. No argument on that one.
Just just bears fangs. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Word.
Nothing.
Animal, nature, perception, survival. Perception, probably? Already got custom gimmick enchants for each of the companies.
If we're going with tankiness, then he would turn into a bear probably, because it's not wolf.
Yeah. True.
So he would be a werebear.
Custom gimmick enchants for each of the companies.
Oh,
I
want to hear what you have for
the Borderlands
Tedior.
universe.
I love
Yeah.
Tedior. Please, I want to know what your Tedior enchantment is.
Long is a very big Borderlands thing. I don't follow much, though. I think perception works well. And then reckless attack, unarmored defense, danger sense, and which path are we going? Adds elemental damage
I
dice.
don't know.
That makes sense.
I've actually never played
Neither have I.
Yeah.
Alright, let's see what each does. Thrown weapons return.
Oh.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's there's actually a D&D enchantment for that too, so that just makes so much sense.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's right. I wanted to get a boomerang of returning just for the hell of it, but I never got enough money for it.
So, Ancestral Guardian. Some barbarians hear from corpses at river. Their ancestors, these tribes teach word to linger in a world as mighty spirits. You have spirits to protect you. That does sound like a lot of fun. I agree, Matt.
So wait, hold on. Instead of creating Warwick, we've created Udyr. May the spirits guide you.
Spirit shield.
Just
can be used
he's just hitting W and doing turtle stance.
Those sound like so much fun. Seriously, they do.
Oh my god.
Path of the Beast. This is playtest content. Draw their rage from bestial spark burning in their souls. The beast howls. To be released and burst forth in the throes of rage. Wait, hold on. One of your parents is like a throat. Wait, you mean what? You are a shifter.
Those who
Pretty
tread
much.
this path might be inhabited by a primal spirit or descendant from shapeshifters.
Or maybe actually are shapeshifters, like the guy we're making.
Interesting.
Interesting. When you enter rage, you can transform. Wait, hold on. A natural melee weapon.
Well.
Wait, hold on. Do we get to spec into two of the racial subclasses at the same time?
Okay, so here's the thing. What if he both
Yeah, Matt,
bear
are
and
shapeshifters.
wolf?
Yeah, exactly. So the race is bear, and then the form of the beast is, well, what is it called? Long tooth.
More bear.
More bear.
It just turns
mouse
into
transforms
a
into-
actual bear. It's just
Bite
Oh.
deals 1d8. Oh, it deals more damage. On each of your turns, when you damage a creature with your bite, you regain a number of. All right, Warwick, hold on, slow down.
Wait. You gain
You
health.
gain a number of hit points equal to your con mod.
This is okay. So we need to roll this back, and we need to get the bite attack, so we can live.
But wait, does the bite overwrite the unarmed strike bite that you do with your other thing?
No, you just bite somebody, and then you do a bonus action to bite them again.
So wait, hold on. Are you telling me that if we go down here and do Shifter and Longtooth, and it says, make an unarmed strike as a bonus action. If you hit with your fangs, you deal piercing damage to 1d6 plus strength. Your bite also deals 1d8 just randomly because reasons.
And you heal.
And you heal.
So. Oh, you
It's a
choose one
freaking
of the
psycho
following.
from Borderlands
you-
based on Krieg in Borderlands 2.
Oh. But yeah, no, it says you choose one of the
Yeah, I
following.
like it.
So you can choose to have the healing bite or not.
Okay.
And you would still have your old
transform
bite.
claws, which deal 1d6 slashing damage. When you take the attack action on your turn, go away. You make an attack with your claws. You can make one additional attack using your claws as part of the same action. Tail.
you get the
You grow a
claw
lashing
multi-attack.
spiny tail, which deals 1d12 and has the
And
reach
has
property.
reach.
Bite
Okay,
fits
so-
the Warwick theme. So probably
Claws do
bite.
2.
Yeah, 30 speed of speed per round in D&D.
Well,
is
it's something that
equivalent
you
to
would choose
3.4
every
miles
single
per hour.
time you rage.
Yes. Well,
So you could choose all of
no,
them.
but we did do the math on making a maximum speed level 20 character. And we did the math. It ends up being like 870 something miles per hour. Faster than the speed of sound. Which you can use for 4 rounds in a row. I don't remember where we found this. It was an article I saw online.
Yeah, if you're
But
not
it
in
was-
America, 1,400 kilometers per hour, by the way.
1,400 kilometers per hour. Wait, how? It has to do with racial traits,
Boss.
multi-classing, active items, spell scrolls, a party member being a wizard, a party member being a warlock, and certain feats. It ended up being like a base move speed of 1,200 feet per round.
Yeah, you can go fast.
Right.
You can go ultimate fast.
But yeah, no. Maxed out, it was like 870 something miles an hour, or I think Log did the math to 1,400 kilometers.
Yeah, 870 flat is 1,400 kilometers.
Your speed.
Almost exactly.
Yeah, no, we were talking
Yeah,
about
we
it in
immediately
the break
joked
room-
about that.
the break room at work, before, just waiting for work to being able to clock in. And Long just goes, "My name is Barry.
My
Allen,
name is
and I'm-
Barry Allen. I'm the fastest man alive." And then just disappears in a sonic boom.
Okay, but seriously though, I definitely think the extra health is the better idea here, and then
Yeah.
we'll do.
So, because I like
then
the
we'll
idea
do-
of the extra health and then
Wait, what's that called?
Path of the Beast. It says it's in playtest, so it might not be an option yet.
Oh, okay, I see. So
I like it.
I think that's a home setting. Playtest content. Here we go. And we'll go Path of the Beast. Let's see what the rest of these do.
Wait, hold on. Go back to climbing. I
Climbing.
have to read
You
that.
gain a climbing speed equal to your walking speed, and you can climb difficult surfaces, including upside down on ceilings. Wait, hold on. You gain spider climb?
Yes! I am a bear on the ceiling. Fear me.
200 feet per second, 136.4 miles per hour, 219.5 kilometers per hour. Yeah, exactly. The fastest cat alive. Yes, one of the race that we chose for that speed was a tabaxi. And then we had haste as a feat. It was a monk of, I think it was like 6th level or something. I don't quite remember.
It was very
I'm scared to
complicated.
calculate the speed with the dash action. Right? You're a zombie. Got a speed of 25. Hey, with haste, that doubles to 50. So, I mean...
You fast. Anyone can be fast.
And then you
as
can
long as...
dash and double that to 100. So, it's you're getting there.
And if you're a rogue, I think it is, you can dash as a bonus action, so 150.
Yeah, exactly. The Speedster homebrew can stack doubles. I think one of the requirements for the article I was reading was that it had to be like base 5e, like PHB, DMG, and Monster Manual.
Yeah, it's
only, or
not. It's
something
not
like
homebrew.
that.
Like that's vanilla speeds.
Well, okay, Tabaxi I think
More or less.
is not core D&D. It's something I don't remember.
No, but it is one of their official books, I think.
It is, yes.
So I
Okay,
don't consider
so
that homebrew.
form of
Because I consider like long homebrew.
Bite. Wait, hold on. It doesn't let you choose.
No.
Oh, each
Jesus
time you
Christ.
That makes sense.
Thank you. I've said that 8 times.
Shh. It's late, okay. Ability score.
Good
Let's
God.
see. Wait, you gain health equal to your con, so increase con.
Healing. Yeah, no,
Cars
Berserkers
go
love
440 feet per round. Yeah, I think that math checks out.
Is that with or without the boosters?
Yeah, Tabaxi only have the highest burst speed. That's why I made Asa a wood elf when I made her originally in my first campaign, because they were faster.
I just wanted to be a lizard, but we needed an actual character.
Hey, it works. Okay, so con score. Next is ability scores. So point by. Yeah.
Con and strength just...
I think that works pretty basically.
Up the charisma a little bit.
Beep.
For intimidation.
I
Not that it actually does anything, but
no, you don't.
no, but if you get any higher, you can.
Okay, Warwick.
No, it's a werewolf. It's a bear and a wolf.
Warwick look alike. Yeah, there we go. So
Volleywick.
I like it. So we have a background. I don't know either of these characters nearly as well as you do, so what kind of background do we want, Long?
I'm not a druid, I'm a sorcerer. I drank a polymorph potion. And
yeah,
now I'm
he
stuck
made
like this. Yeah. I drank a permanent polymorph potion, so I'm stuck like this.
Lizard folk, druid, fight ability works in wild shape. Yeah, that makes sense. Never thought you'd have to apply speed and distance math until you started tracking time and tracking traveling time as well. Yeah. It, honestly, I've never done math for that. Just in general, it's like, okay, this long distance takes a day. Oh, what's that?
Yeah.
You're really fast? Okay, you can do it in half a day.
Pretty
Keep
much.
math easy.
By not doing it.
Right. Tracking time. No, I agree, Elm. Just, it takes a day.
Isn't that like, it's like a couple hundred feet that way?
What is Volowik? Hermit, Knight, Noble, Outlander. Outlander makes sense. Pirate, Sage, Sailor, Urchin. What the fuck's an urchin? Oh, that's
Undersea
right.
creature?
No, an urchin is like streets alone, orphan, poor, and like little kid under the bridge. That kind of thing. I like the Outlander idea though. Go
Would
to
you
the
like to
wilds,
hear
far
a
from
story about the
civilization.
bridge?
That makes sense. I don't know, Long. I think this is gonna be your character. What does that work? How does that look?
I'm
creative
totally down for playing Volowik.
So, what kind of skills do you need? You're proficient with survival, edgy, vengeful, rogue breed. Yeah, that fits. Stealth? I mean, Warwick is kind of.
Oh, you kidding me? You can tell if he's tracking you from across
Wait, hold
the
on.
map.
Matt had
He's
the
not
same
stealthy.
polymorph potion, but it was a wizard. So I got halfway stuck between a wood elf and a wizard.
That is
Oh, that's
awesome.
awesome.
It got better though. I was a Draconic Bloodline sorcerer, so as I leveled up, I kind of gained scales and wings and stuff. So I kind of look like a derpy little pseudo dragon.
Oh, we need to take pictures of your dice so we can show them what Dark Long's skin looks like.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Let's see. Skill proficiencies for Volowik. Deception? That doesn't make sense. Animal handling? That doesn't make sense.
Persuasion.
Wait, none of this
Wait,
makes
no.
sense. Hold on.
Definitely acrobatics.
Okay. Tool proficient. Wait, hold on. You can use a tool?
I want bagpipes.
You want bagpipes, I like it. When you're in human form, you just, What languages do you speak? I can definitely see you speaking, Wait, what's the language of the beasts?
That's not a thing. Speaking to beasts is,
White Dragon Heritage never got to the wings. Died of your own wall of fire spell. Rip.
yeah, I don't know if I would have survived the level 20, but
Yeah,
we never got to
campaign
finish
ended,
the campaign,
long before.
so we just kind of
No pun
kept
intended.
using the world. So we just assumed all of our characters just kind of hit level 20 and retired kind of thing.
Your druid experimented a lot. That makes sense.
Well,
I don't know how
wait,
you
hold
are
on.
into
So
the
you were a
trial and
white-
error, but
You were a white dragon and you used a fire spell. See, that was your first problem.
I mean, he's got a point.
Hey, come on, man. We have cold resistance, not heat resistance. If that had been an ice spell, you. Wait, you used a fire spell while on a boat. Are you a madman? You're gonna burn down the freaking boat. Oh, god dang it.
I would say deserved, but I think it ended very well, honestly. All things considered.
I mean, that's
Oh, you
fair.
wanted the boat to sink. Okay, well, there you go. Best case scenario. What's the language of the beasts?
I told you that's not a thing. You magically talk to animals. It's not a language.
Is it Sylvan then?
Sylvan is the language of the like Fae and such.
Oh, okay. I can see that being.
Yeah, that
a little bit
works.
of sense. No, Sylvan.
Yeah, just see
You're a
a
wanderer.
fairy at some point. It's just like, I will not eat you, little one. It's like,
There are things like beast speech, talk to animals, not an actual language. Makes sense. Just the ability to speak dog wouldn't make.
I
very
mean,
much
I
sense.
can just naturally speak to animals though, which is kind of nice.
Yeah, but you have telepathy. That doesn't count.
But because I'm a lizard.
What is this?
I can just talk to animals.
Let's not do that. Okay. So I think Warwick's whole shtick is that he is Wanderlust. If I'm remembering his lore correctly.
No, actual Warwick literally was a Zon experiment.
Who
He's
was the
just driven
Wanderlust
insane.
one then? I don't remember.
There's a few of them.
Oh, okay. Anyway, 25 miles without stopping to warm a clan of approaching Orcord. Do it again. None of these really seem like it would work for my image of the character. What do you think? This might work. Maybe.
I was waiting for you to see it.
But which one?
Number 8.
Okay.
It's just like, I am that because he was a werebear that was raised by wolves. So now he's part wolf.
You hit yourself with a bone arrow. Critically failed. Now you're doing research. Oh, I see. It's not a bad way to play that out. That's pretty good, actually. I like it.
You just still have the arrow in your head. Just walk around permanently with it in your head.
So does Volowick want glory, might, honor, or does he fight for the greater good? Or does he just not give a single shit?
Are you kidding me? The strong survive, man. Survival of the fittest.
Might then? Glory?
Yes.
Okay. Might. Let's see. This gets into backstory more, so you're probably just gonna have to choose that one. It wasn't your head. Lower. Oh, ow.
I used to be an adventurer like you, and I took an arrow to the knee. Who shot it? I don't want to talk about it.
An injury to the unspoiled wilderness of my home is an injury to me. I might see that one working. Bring a terrible wrath down on the evildoers who destroyed your homeland. The last of his tribe. Actually boned. Oh. Ow. That's what I was talking about. I don't know what Long was talking about.
Wait, hold on. What I missed?
You missed the most recent chat message.
I've been reading them all.
Nothing, Long. You didn't miss anything. So do you suffer visions?
Right now?
Do you provide children?
Hold on.
Wait. Did
I think the
Is this
blood's
the
rushing
first
to
time
my
I
head
have
because
read
I
this?
just heard you said I
It
provide
It is my
children.
duty to provide children to sustain my... Oh, make children. Okay, that makes more sense. Hold on. Back up. I I read that correctly and got the completely wrong idea.
Can't say it in chat. Oh.
It really took you that long. And don't make any kind of joke about your name being long. Then no. So Volowik Long, does he defend his homeland? Does he defend his homeland, or does he defend his homeland?
Good lord, I cannot figure out. Why can't I grab this?
So you're doing it wrong. Hold on. Quit moving the mouse. You grab the thing, you move it, and
That's
you make
not
it
the
bigger.
right thing.
Which thing are you trying to do then?
That is the log. I'm trying to grab the mask. I can't grab the mask layer.
Wait, hold on. You're right. So grab the mask. Why is there no thing for the mask layer?
Oh wait, it's locked. Hold on. What? How did that happen?
Why did you lock it?
I don't even know how
Log
to
dropped
do
off the ceiling. Yeah, he's back down here where he's supposed to be.
I don't know how to respond to that.
Very distractedly. So are you defending your home from being spoiled? Are you defending your home to avoid disaster, or are you trying to make sure that your tribe enters legend? What do you think? Oh god, what are
I
you
have
doing?
no idea. I'm trying to put on this hat.
You suck.
There we go.
Anyway, let's do... I don't know.
Better.
Do you like wine, ale, and other alcohols?
In general, yes.
No,
But
Volowik. Do you remember insults? This druid worshipped a phoenix god. And explosives that were more effective than... Wait, how
I'm a
did you make
phoenix.
explosives?
I mean,
Homebrew is weird.
you can just kind of make a gunpowder if you have the right resources.
Yeah, true.
No,
I
I
agree,
got
Matt.
it. I have it exactly where I want it. Everything is fine.
Hey, Long, you still need to choose these two things.
It's hard to see through this hat.
But yes, are you defending your homeland? Do you like alcohol? Do you answer any challenge with just slapping the shit out of them or biting things and gaining health?
So I need a bond. I don't have any idea. I don't really think any of them work too well for him.
Okay, we'll leave it blank then. How about flaws? We'll fill it in later.
Probably number 2.
Number 2. There's no room for caution and that makes sense. Do you have a weapon? Or are you just gonna bite everything? Stuffing, oil, bell bearings, caltrops.
Caltrops.
No, yeah, that makes sense. Caltrops. Isn't that what I said? I think I said cantrips the first time, but realized I read it wrong. Axe? Some kind of other melee weapon?
I mean, as tempting as 2 hand axes would be, that would just Make me Olaf as well.
Okay.
No! Hold on. Go to the...
A Yikalwa. What the fuck is a Yikalwa?
Oh.
Yikalwa. Oh, okay. That's not helpful.
Google it. I think I've seen it before.
Yikalwa.
Those are very many pictures. There you go. Those are still many pictures.
It's a lot of different. I think that's what it. I think that's a Yikalwa.
Jesus.
Strong enough to collapse a cave when using about 5 or so. Um,
Good
I mean,
God.
depending on how big the bottles are, that makes sense. You guys
Or
can't
how
see
small
this.
the cave is.
True. But yeah, Yikalwa. I think that's what that is.
That doesn't seem right.
No, it doesn't seem right at all. Don't close all the tabs.
Yeah, we kind of need
Hold
those.
on. Boomerang? That'd be weird.
Let's go with...
Not
a
2
marshal.
hand axes, 1.
Let's go with the martial weapon.
Okay. The fuck kind of music? Go away. Double-bladed scimitar. Wait, hold on. Is that like?
Awesome.
Is that like what? Hey, I have a driver update. Is that like the double-bladed scimitar? That's what. What's his name? Zuko. Isn't that like what Zuko used in Avatar? Just use player's handbook bottles. Large wine bottles. 5 large wine bottles full of oil. While oil is not explosive, that would make a huge fireball if you like used it as a Molotov or something.
No. It is literally 2 swords on the same stick facing the other opposite direction.
It's a maul blade. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you
I
have
kinda-
a maul blade?
I kind of like that, yeah.
I like it too. Darth
And-
Maul. Yes. So 2 hand axes to go with your 2 scimitars.
No. Let's go with the boomerang.
The boomer. Okay.
Yes.
An explorer's pack, 4 javelins. Okay, this is where Bob got his 4 javelins from.
Hey!
Wait, didn't he have 5?
No, he had 4.
Okay.
Most he ever got to throw was 3, though.
5. A trophy from an animal you killed. I wonder what kind of animal that was. Anyway, I like it.
Cubone.
So
It's a Cubone.
boomerang, scimitar, javelins, quarterstaff. You have 4 arms and no armor. Perfect.
Well,
That's
yeah, I
right.
have 4 arms. How?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Yeah, 4 arms.
I'm still humanoid. Come on. Be lifted.
Right. I like that character. That's a good character.
So, did it straight up say I had no armor?
Yeah, you're a barbarian, so you have unarmored defense.
Oh, okay. So the trophy is a skull, and I wear it on my head. I am Cubone.
A skull and you wear it on your head. I like it.
Yes.
I don't remember how to add items.
Oh, Jesus, refined whale. Oh, that's
Inventory.
terrible.
Wait, what? Refined whale oil. Ah.
That stuff detonates like crazy.
5 wine bottles full of refined whale oil would definitely
Oh,
destroy a cave.
God. Yeah, are you kidding me? That's more than what's in the casings, and that kills somebody instantly. It's probably an other.
Other possessions.
Booyah.
What kind of skull is it though?
the wolves that raised me. It is Papa or Mama. It's a wolf skull.
The skull from the wolf that raised me. I wear it on my head at all times. Perfect. Baking flour to make traps. That's not bad. That's a good idea. I need to start writing these down, seriously. Start putting them in Audley's Mega Dungeon. So about how you have +4 health every time you attack something.
Yes.
Literally Warwick. I like it.
What's my maximum health anyway? Like, what's the percentage of the healing? 'Cause 4 is a lot.
4 is a lot. Level 4, you're at 49 max health. Holy crap.
I am beat.
So 1/10 of your health every time you attack.
Not as strong as Warwick, but that's amusing.
That's painful. Especially for D&D, where healing is a rare resource. Okay, I like this playtest content. We're gonna turn that on. Alright, everything else is as it was. Let's see, we had a different idea. I don't remember. Obsessed with explosives using characters. But explosions are awesome. I mean, why would you not have a character that explode things? I remember we had another idea. I don't remember what it was though. Oh, was it the monk Arakakra? I think that's what it was. Yeah, 2 dex, 1 wisdom. A flying monk. Yes.
The only problem is that their talons are actually weaker than monk hits.
But wouldn't it be additional? Let's see how monk works. That's not monk. Unarmored defense, martial arts. Any simple melee weapon that doesn't have two-handed or heavy. You gain the follow benefit. Use dexterity instead of strength for the attack and damage rolls of your unarmed strikes and monk weapons. You can roll a d4 in place of the normal damage of your unarmed strike or a monk weapon.
Yeah, so it's the same low level, but the higher level monk you get, the stronger your melee is. So eventually you would outclass your own claws.
Explosion! I agree. Well, I heard it as Megamin, but
no, that's what I said earlier. Explosion.
Definitely Mr. Torg could also apply.
Explosions. I have one question, and one question only.
Specialized forms of a monk weapon. For example, you might use a club that is 2 lengths of wood, nunchuck. Whatever name you use for the monk weapon, you use the game statistics provided for the weapon. But you still roll this in place of the normal damage, so yeah.
So a low level monk, you would get an extra bonus to your melee, but then once you got a high level monk, you completely overwrite your claws. You could probably keep the like +1 or something that the claws were giving you, but
yeah, let's see, what else does it give? Talons plus strength.
Yeah, so then it's literally just monk. So yeah, it's just literally low level monk.
Oh, definitely. Megamin and Torque would get along so well.
Explosion noise!
Wait, I went back too far. So that idea didn't pan out very well. What other things could we do? I think we've done 4 characters, or this is number 4. I don't remember.
Yes, this is number 4.
is a Kenku? Oh, is that
Kenku?
hooded bird that was in the
Yes.
in that one YouTube video you showed me? A Kenku ninja. Dex and Wiz
Those would be
checked
fun.
out. Chaotic, neutral. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. Interesting. Interesting. So he sounds like a parrot? Is that what I'm understanding?
Wait, what?
They
Parrot,
can't
I look
speak.
away
They
for
can
a
only
second.
mimic sounds and words that they've heard.
There's a certain type of bird. It is literally the bird known for like copying sounds. Hold on.
Yeah, the Kenku.
No, a real life bird.
The yeah. That's cool.
The lyre bird.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Wait, hold on. Go back up to its picture.
This thing.
They have the same style beak. The lyre birds.
That makes sense.
Yeah, lyrebirds can mimic chainsaws, car alarms, human speech, everything.
That's cool. Okay, Kenku training. Deception, stealth. If we're gonna go the rogue. We already made a rogue though. Would there be another option? We could do 2 rogues. We just can't do another assassin, because that would be stupid.
Oh yeah, no. There's another thing you could do for this type of rogue that'd be awesome.
Okay. Rogue skills. Shadow Monk?
That's also
now
possible.
That's a good idea.
Oh, Shadow Monks. I love
Where's
Shadow
the change
Monks, man.
class button? There we go. Monk.
Yeah, Shadow Monk is awesome, man.
Yeah, I like that idea. Let's do that. Shadow Monk.
Acrobatics. And athletics.
And athletics.
Just
And
super.
I don't
Oh
know.
wait, no, you need to. It needs to be fluent with the lyre. For the lyre bird.
God, I wish I had a leap motion right now. My hand would be in my face.
Ah,
I like it.
it's perfect.
Level 4. Monastic Tradition. Shadow. Way of the Shadow. Deflect missiles. Shadow arts. You could use this tradition key to duplicate the effects to cast darkness. Makes sense. Slow fall. Cool. Slow fall makes sense because you have you're a bird creature, so you can just simply fly.
Well, you have to be near a wall, so it'd be more like your claws just kind of down the wall.
I guess. Yeah. Level 6 is where it gets fun. Level 6.
Yeah. The level monks are weak, but once you get a few
Extra
levels.
attack, stunning strike. Unarmed strikes count as. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, you should see the text for
Unarmored
Animantine.
speed
That's
bonus
great.
increases to 15 feet while you're not wearing. Shadow step. Ah, I see.
Yeah, remember
This is going
Gobuta?
to be. This is going to be the ability I base the Asa boss fight on way later in the Mega Dungeon.
Yeah, remember Gobuta from Rainbow? The time I was
Yeah,
reincarnated
Shadow
as
step.
Slap? No, Gobuta is literally a shadow monk.
I see.
That's what that is.
Okay. That's cool. Wave Shadow. Ability score improvement. That'd be Dex for Monk, right?
Yeah, they
Or is
like
that Wisdom?
Dex and Wisdom are their most important things.
So what about
I
this monk? The one that can't speak and is just a kung fu
Wisdom is still
master.
very important. Wisdom is how they base their things on. So
Okay,
I would
we'll do Wisdom.
yeah, either 2 Wisdom or 1 Wisdom, 1
Alright,
Dex.
point buy. So we want Wisdom and Dex.
And then I guess put an extra
Huntslinger.
point in
Would you
con.
allow being able
yeah.
to cast Polymorph on a familiar and being able to control it? Well, I mean, we technically did that in our Mega Dungeon already, so... yeah. I mean, to the point where you can control it as normal with a familiar. What were we doing? 15, 15, and we got 1 point left. Where do we put it?
Con. Just because melee.
That makes sense. Those stats look pretty good. Alright, what are we? Mute. Monk. Wait, what's the name of the monk that is mute? I know you know which one I'm talking about.
What?
Dex for better punches, Wiz for better effects like stuns. Yeah, that makes sense. Now, how can I explain this to my DM? I just want to make my familiar into a giant owl. Well, that would be a thing to run by your DM. Just be like, hey, this is a thing I want to do. I want to be able to cast Polymorph on my familiar. Would I reasonably be able to control it?
Oh.
Or how would that work? But definitely your DM has the final say in their campaign.
Most monks in Buddhism take a vow of silence,
Yeah,
but
sorcerer,
there is not a
I
vow
swear
of
I
silence,
remember there
monistic
being
silence.
like an anime character or something that was a mute and a monk.
From
Rain
what?
fireballs from above. Wait, hold on. What are you thinking? Giant owl. Oh, you're gonna ride it. I would personally, I would definitely allow you to do that. That would be awesome. Maybe you might have a little bit of issues getting the giant part in there, but dude, that sounds like cool. Like a whole lot of fun. Maybe done mobile feat simply for hit and run tactics that ninjas can do. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, maybe I am just thinking of the actual Buddhist monks. I thought it was like a character or something. I don't know. Just trying to come up with a name. What do you think, Long? Carries me to fly 110 feet, rain down third level fireballs. I mean, would third level fireballs really be the best? Or would... What did you just cover the screen with?
Shh. Time. Wait, why isn't it? Dang it.
What are you... Whatever. Third level fireballs,
Transparency
they
didn't
do a lot of damage, but you don't get as many. I mean, you can definitely spread the pain out more if you just do a lot of first level. Best out of a necklace of fireball. That's pretty good. Um, as for the polymorph thing, I was starting to explain it. I want to finish my thought on that. I think polymorph is restricted to keeping things mostly the same size. Like, you can't make a tiny creature a medium-sized creature or anything like that. I think.
Yeah. Maybe. Hold on.
Less for duration.
I don't remember.
Okay. Games to retain alignment, personality. It doesn't actually say. Or maybe I'm just missing it. Summon pixies and have them all take one bead. Huh? Waste a fourth level
God.
because if they destroy the owl, you're gonna need to turn in. Yeah, definitely need to keep an escape route going. Oh, it doesn't say it's a new. What are you doing? Okay, whatever. I don't care. The new form can be any beast whose challenge rating is equal to or less than the target's, or the target's level if it doesn't have a challenge rating. The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast, including size from the sounds of it. That's stupid. I like it. This mute monk, what kind of thing are we gonna be using to hit people with?
Usually fist, but I would pick up a simple weapon.
A simple weapon. So instead of one high-level fireball, that's 8 base-level fireballs in one round. Yeah.
Usually most will go with a quarterstaff, just because it's like probably one of the favored monk weapons. But I mean, I kind of like the idea of this thing having like a sickle or something. It just sounds terrifying.
Oh god, a mute bird that just copies things that you say with a sickle hovering over your head. I like it.
Just pops out of your shadow and cuts off your kneecaps, man.
You're a sorcerer, so cast polymorph, then use your sorcery point to get the 4th slot back. Okay, that makes sense, yeah. I still feel like spreading the damage like a napalm.
Whoops.
Like a wave of napalm would be a lot better than just a single explosion with a high-level fireball. You could kill so many more things. I see what you're doing. I like it. Fly, turn into giant apes, and free fall and stuff. For theme, it's more likely dagger, short sword, or dart. Oh, dude, a friggin' bird that just throws darts everywhere?
I kind of like the idea.
I like it. If you were higher level, you'd... Yeah. So a Dungeoneer's pack or an Explorer's pack? I think the monk would definitely have an Explorer's pack. Yeah, definitely. 10 more darts. Perfect. Darts and darts. That's how it
Darts.
Ray flavor is shuriken, dagger is kunai. I like it. Darts, dagger, and we'll go inventory, dagger. Wait, how do I edit?
And I am complete. I've been working on that for a little bit. I couldn't get the transparency to work. I forgot how for a second there.
Yeah, transparencies are hard.
It's just weird.
Equipment. Inventory. Can we rename this? Customize. These
Oh,
daggers
metal
are...
tipped feathers. That sounds awesome.
Kunai. Wait, no. Yes, kunai. And darts as shuriken. I like it. God, that's terrifying. Giant apes have a monk ability where they take 0 fall damage. No, they don't. They would definitely take fall damage. I mean, yeah, but doesn't polymorph apply damage to you? When it reverts to its normal form, the creature returns to the number of hit points it had before it transformed.
Quite the opposite, actually.
Ah, I see.
Only if you knock it out.
Huh. Huh. Polymorph is stupid.
Oh, having the short sword say it's a wakizashi. That's not a bad idea.
Ooh.
I really like the idea of the sickle, though. Because it just sounds terrifying.
You know what? They've been wandering through the dungeon for a while, so let's just go. He has a short sword.
Just gonna give him another
Wait,
weapon.
a laser... What?
Musket? Oh, wait. You put in playtest.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about that. Okay. Short sword. And we'll change this to a wa... How did you spell it?
Waki.
Wakizashi. There we go. I like it.
I don't like how well this wolf skull fits over my head. It's a little disturbing. I might need to Photoshop it again later and like split the skull and attach it to the bottom of my mouth.
Giant 8 has 157 hit points. That is a crap ton of hit points. Holy crap.
That explains why guns don't work on
Right.
because it just has so much.
Okay,
So
so we have 4 characters now. And we have 2 people that said they wanted to do characters as well. Oh, that reminds me. If any of you guys in chat want to join for our playtest on Saturday at 10 p.m., we're going to be testing out the Pixipus boss fight. That's what we're making all of these characters for. If any of you guys want to join and control one of these characters, just, I don't know, shoot me a DM or something. We'll try to figure out how to do that. When a rogue claims to go to his defensive stance, just him wielding short sword. Wait, I didn't follow that. Claims to go his defensive stance. Offhand to attack the BA using the dodge actions. I have no idea. That situation has never even come close to coming up in any of the games I've run.
I think what that means is he's just preparing a counterattack move. He's basically being
I can see that, yeah.
Yeah, it's something a swashbuckler would definitely do because they're very much duelists.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
I mean, I would let him do it.
I don't like it. On to the next song.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the thing in chat.
Oh no,
I can't hear the music.
It swapped to a new song. It was like, I'm like, oh god, no. Alright, I think for now we're done with these characters. I'll talk to, I think it was Sugi and Luna that said they wanted to do join in if they could. So I'll talk to them and getting other characters. Hey, Nightstorm Alex, what's up there? Yes, what's up there? Exactly what I intended to say.
For once,
no,
not me.
This bugbear auto crits. I need a new name for him, but I like him.
No, that's just that's literally his name. His first name is Bugbear. His last name is Autocrits.
All right, done.
His parents were not creative.
You're right. We weren't creative. So now what? We have a boss fight that we need to finish writing the details out for. So we made the boss fight. I think it was last Friday. And I put that in the giant Pixipus. So we has a text that includes external links. Wait, it does? Where?
Yes. The swarm of quivers, as well as all of the spells.
Oh, okay, I see. I see. Alright, so yeah, this is basically the idea behind this boss fight was for those of you new here, the Kraken fight. That's supposed to be done like in the sea and on a ship and all of that. But
it's in a
we're
cave.
On land. We're in a cave. The floor is ice. And it's just gonna be tentacles coming out of holes, grabbing people and dragging them under. Right after finding out one of the creatures he's fighting has Sentinel as a feat. I forget what Sentinel was. That is not what I wanted to open. I am glad that opened on the wrong screen. Whew.
I don't think I want to ask until later.
Mailbox.
Oh.
So yeah, AC 12, hit points 91. This here is what the first fight, the first thing that we're gonna test is. I don't think we have enough hit points to last long enough, honestly. But it's got underwater camouflage, hold breath, water breathing, magic resistance for the basic octopus, giant octopus. But it's also a pixie, so it can cast spells.
Yes, it is a familiar, and it is, turns out familiars are usually fae, demons, that kind of thing, but they transform into another shape, it seems, or at least that's what the text made it sound like. So we went with the idea of he summoned a pixie, and it took the shape of an animal, and that's his familiar. So we just gave it the traits of both and just called it a thing.
Pretty much. And then we had to add on the idea for the Kraken fight. If it was a higher CR, I'd have made it a vault monster.
You want to fight a giant invisible Kraken. That sounds a bad idea, my dude.
Okay, so one of the things that we are pretty sure are going to be just completely overpowered if the boss is able to do is cast these spells while underwater. So one of the requirements for casting these spells we made was that it had to be on the surface, which it can do. It can choose to jump over into this stream thing that we have. So the players are going to be wandering around the dungeon, following a stream, and they're going to come into this clearing, and it's going to be the home for Long's familiar, or Long tried to create a familiar, but because of how the whole backstory works, how he's corrupted by the darkness and stuff, the familiar was also corrupted by the darkness, and Long was not able to maintain control of his familiar, and it kind of just wandered off and made a home over in this area over here. So this is where it calls home, and yeah, it just eats any creature that comes near. Wolves, what other creatures did we have? Wolves, I think we had a saber-tooth, things like that. Kobolds, if they're this deep in the dungeon.
This is why they're not.
Right? But yeah, so
They're probably the ones who locked the door.
It has tentacles. It deals a little bit of damage, and if it hits, it is instantly grappled. This is like basic octopus. So these numbers are what they're supposed to be.
Matt, stop it! Don't you dare! No.
Maybe no.
No, it's poisonous. No.
On its next turn, if the Pixipus has a grappled creature, it's going to use its action to drag that creature into one of the holes, any nearby hole. Specific
yes,
adds in
I'll
mind.
be
Yes,
getting to that in a
we'll get
second.
to that in just a sec. It'll drag them into the hole and submerge the creature. This by itself gives the Kraken fight the Kraken fight feel, but it doesn't do anything. They get slapped by tentacles, and if they don't get out, they get dragged under. But what makes it really terrifying is that it's a legendary monster. It is Long's familiar, so it can summon Quipper swarms.
Basically piranhas.
Yeah,
so that's fun.
These Quipper swarms, which is that external link I think it was talking about, they have hit points, and they do a crap ton of damage. 14 damage to any creature in the water. It can summon 3 of these, so you don't want to be in there for very long.
And if your friends dive down to help you, it has the ink cloud ability, so it can make the entire underwater area made of underwater ice tunnels pitch black.
Yes, chomp.
So now you're stuck in a maze that you cannot see in, and you're suffocating, and you're being eaten. Have fun.
So this is a crap ton of damage, and obviously, if the players get pulled under, they're going to be hurting. And so one of the things that we have set up is if the players are able to deal enough damage to the tentacles, the Pixipus can, one, avoid more damage, because its low amount of hit points means that it's going to, if it just leaves its tentacle lying there for a while and it gets the shit beat out of it, the fight might take
probably
2 rounds.
They can probably take it. Yeah. If it grapples somebody first turn and it doesn't let go, it would probably take a third of its health and damage, considering its AC is 12. And just one turn. So
that manifests in, it's a giant tentacle holding onto one of the players. So I mean, it's pretty easy to hit. But if it takes enough damage, the players can cause the tentacle to release the grapple and retreat underwater by dealing enough damage to it. Also a note, it's an unseen predator. When there are no tentacles out, it is everywhere on the battlefield at any given time.
Yes, this thing is able to reach all of the holes.
It can be here,
essentially at the same time.
and
they
over
all
here
count as its area of effect. And it can stretch its tentacles to reach individual holes, because it does have the ability to affect anything that gets next to one of those holes. So you can grab 2 people on the exact opposite sides of the room at the same time. Meaning you now have a choice. Which friend do you save? or hopefully you can split the damage enough to fix it.
And this piece right here, the poisonous appendages, when we drop below half health, we wanted to give the familiar the link to the rest of the nature barriers in the dungeon. Across the entire dungeon, we have these yellow vines going literally everywhere through the entire dungeon. The source of these vines is the familiar. The magic that the pixie has and just radiates causes these vines to grow ridiculously fast, big, and they spew poison. It blocks off several areas for that the players can go through or can't go through yet, and it will open up new areas of the dungeon. And so one of the ways we wanted to describe that connection is with it just turning its tentacles into poisonous vines because it's a pixie, it's not an octopus, and it just changes the illusion to be vines now, and probably just might actually use this as a VM. It's a pretty good boss, isn't it?
So yeah, so after it gets to a certain percentage of health, the
Mm,
tentacles will turn into the poisonous vines, meaning that they are now stuck holding their breath, even if they don't get pulled under.
yes.
And the people who can't hold their breath any longer are just going to start taking poison damage in addition to everything else.
Yeah. Lastly, we wanted one more, what do you call it? Reference to the boss being able to control the vines and actually being the source of. And so once during the fight, it will cover up to two of the holes, depending on the situation, on how it might be able to
Yeah,
make use of that.
so in addition to the pitch black maze, if you get really unlucky, the exit that you remember being over here might just now be sealed by poisonous vines.
Mm,
So
not a
yeah,
real good
don't go in the
situation.
water.
Right. But yeah, so we're just finishing up the descriptions for that room and how we're going to intro it. And then, honestly, I think we're pretty much done for what we planned on doing today. So long, we needed a reason to enter the room. So we've described the room as you're following a wide stream, you enter a 60-foot diameter rocky cave with ice covering the ground. There are several holes in the ice, with water a few inches below the top of the ice. There is a raised area on the north side, and the stream you have been following winds around to the east and goes through a low overhang. There are 5 holes placed randomly around the room. Each is about 10 feet apart, more or less, and the raised area is surrounded by these thick vines that you can easily climb up. Nothing else to see in this dead room. As of yet, there might be something in the top area. If they climb up to the higher area, they see a hole with ice, or a hole in the ice with water in it. We need some reason for the players to take a step into the room so that we can start this boss fight. All they got to do is walk 10 feet in to within range of this first water hole. But
My
we were
suggestion is a
stumped, so
sandwich.
we started working on characters. Long
Yeah,
suggested a sandwich.
yeah, man.
Honestly, if I was wandering through a dungeon and saw a sandwich just sitting in the middle of an icy cave, I would be suspicious and I would not go there. Some sort of noise. I like the
Yeah,
idea.
but what if you're
Pixies are
hungry?
tricksters, so we could do that.
Hmm.
A small voice like a child. Um, that actually reminds me of. I don't think it was the pixie, but some other similar monster that does things like that. Yeah, pixie does 10 tricksters. Yeah. Create illusions of strange creatures or treasures. Well, there's your treasure box that you suggested, Long.
Yeah, we just put a giant chest in the middle
Small
for just.
voice like a child. That's not a bad
We
idea.
put a child in the treasure chest. She's holding a
I think I
sandwich.
could get a copy of that beast. I'm not quite sure how to share this. I don't know
Unfortunately,
if
in
I
order to
can.
share it, we need to make it public.
I
And I
I'm not
don't know exactly what that
sure
does.
if I can make it public because I can't share it with the community because it has external links. I don't know what that means though.
Well, if we get rid
Uh,
of all the hyperlinks, that should fix it.
maybe it's this. just simply that. So let's go
You could just right-clicked it and got rid of
swarm
the hyperlink,
of
right?
quippers. Was that the external link? Maybe, possibly. No. I'm gonna have to go through and remove all the links, aren't I?
Probably.
Ugh.
Yeah, what do you think? There's a chest, and you hear a child's cry, and when they open it, she's holding a sandwich, and it's the wrong kind. It still
Okay.
has the crust, and then she's upset, and then
I,
suddenly tentacles.
I was thinking this was a really good idea until you said she was holding a sandwich.
We need all of the ideas at the same time.
No. And it's whole
And it's
wheat.
holy. Oh, God. Is this a 9 grain? Is this 12
uh,
grain bread? I only eat 11 grain. It's one of my favorite
okay,
quotes.
so rather than nothing else you can see in this room, there is. Are we going to go with the chest idea or the sound idea? What do you think would be more likely to draw the players in?
Sandwich chow chest.
Do you want to go with the chest idea or the sound idea?
We could make the center
It's
hole.
heavy sandwich. That took me a second to remember. Yes,
Sandwich.
if we are doing a sandwich, it's definitely heavy sandwich.
We could make like the center hole um look like a chest. So when they open it, just tentacle pops out and pulls them into the chest. And as soon as they see through the illusion, they just see the hole in the ground and the chest is gone.
uh,
Granted, they still have a turn, but it gets to do the attack immediately because surprise round. So their first turn
um,
is break the grab or immediately learn your mistake.
there are 4 holes placed randomly around the room.
That is. Oh
When the
yeah, the one on the
players
far right was
enter.
supposed to be. Was it the top one or the far right?
Wait, what?
If somebody stood in that area, the hole was created because
Oh,
we used to
I
have a
think I
large
do
creature.
remember we thought about that.
Yeah, we used to have a large creature, but I still like the idea of
Hold
doing
on.
that with just a normal person.
Did we make an encounter for this? Tentacle
Yes.
hidden in a chest. Yeah, I think that's a good idea. Um, was it called
Yeah,
Pixquist
because
boss
we've
fight?
we've we've agreed that the yeah we have we've
I don't see it.
agreed. Oh wait, that's right. I made the fight a long time ago.
Oh, so it's not on D&D Beyond.
I
Okay.
might not be. It might be on mine. I'll
When
take
the
a look.
players enter,
Yeah, we
they
decided a long
all
time ago we
make.
wouldn't have mimics. So
Wait,
this could be like our
how do
pseudo mimic.
illusions work again?
You see it, and if you pass a check, you're able to distinguish that it is an illusion.
Spells. Major? No. Minor illusion? There we go. Investigation check. Yeah, probably. Um, if a creature uses its action, the image can't create sound, light, smell, or any other sensory effect.
Okay, we
Um,
never actually created the encounter, so we will
yeah,
need to create the encounter.
okay. Um, so do they just instantly get fooled by it if they don't actually investigate the thing though? I haven't used illusions very often.
We could say that them walking just outside of
If they don't
range.
investigate, they don't know. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, well, yeah, there you go then. So somebody has to investigate it, and if they pass, then they will see the hole, and
Okay.
they can just immediately back up, and the thing loses its
In the
surprise
middle
round.
of the room is a large wooden chest with mithril. Uh, Fuck. What do you call it? Filigree. Filigree. I think that word is what I'm thinking. Why did the music stop? Uh, Filigree. Yeah, filigree.
Metalwork,
Mm-hmm.
intricate metalwork.
It will still be too late as they have entered the room at that point. Yeah. Yeah, that's the idea. Um, Adorning the lid.
I don't think filigree is correct. It looks
No.
like it's something that's used for
What do you
jewelry.
call the design on a chest? Design on a chest. Google is not helpful. Anyway, it doesn't matter. With mithril inlays? I don't know. Design, so adorning the lid. We'll go simple and call it as design. Gilding? Is that what? That sounds better. Gilding. Material used in or the surface produced by applying gold leaf or gold paint. Yeah, actually. Gilding. Not gilding. Gilding. On the lid. If the players climb up to the higher area, they see another hole with water in it. So this is going to be a note. And it's just mithril. Yeah, exactly.
I think gilding might be the act of laying
it doesn't
gold
matter.
over it. Yeah, I know,
It
but I'm
doesn't
just
matter.
saying.
Gilding
it might be
sounds
the
better
act.
than filigree, so we'll go with that.
Yeah.
Certain parties would go for it, but my party would probably be like, I fire an arrow at the chest. No, see, this is what I'm saying. If I see like just a random wooden chest in the middle of a deadly dungeon, or even better, it's an ice cave. So just a random wooden chest. There is no reason for it to be there. I would not go near it. Obviously, it is a trap.
Yeah, but you know that they're gonna fall for it.
Yeah, gilding is
Because
the
even
act
if
of
they
gilding
don't
something.
go for the chest, they know that something is in the room,
Making something gilded.
and they're far too curious to not enter the room.
So yeah, because of how English works, I think it's gilding on the chest being the correct word for that, because it's... English is hard. We're just gonna go with it.
The metal stuff.
English, yay, I agree. English sucks. Where was I? We have the...
English is my second language.
chest.
Common is my first.
Well, it serves its purpose. They are either going to be drawn in or they're going to be suspicious. If the
I would definitely like
players-
skirt around the room, trying to see what is in there, and it's just like this
if
is
the
easily a
players walk
trap.
up to the chest, it vanishes and a tentacle comes out of the hole below
And does its
and
attack
makes
where it
a
grabs somebody and
surprise
grapples.
attack. If the players attempt to what?
Oh dear God.
Throw. Oh dear God, what?
Well, the replacement character for Bob
It
was originally going to be a
phases-
wizard. That
Yeah.
would mean a familiar. Could you imagine how horrible it would be if he's just like, I don't trust this familiar, go check it out, and it just like goes over there and then just gets pulled under and just gone. It's like, oh dear God.
They would still be at the door to the room, and if I was in that party, I'd be like, I'm gonna go this way, pointing the way away from the friggin' room.
Mage Hand? I think Mage Hand is only able to pick up something that's like 5 pounds. I'm not sure if it would be able to do anything with the
It
chest.
phases through the chest, and the chest vanishes, revealing a 5th hole in the ice.
So does that mean
There
the
we go.
one that's up top is the hidden one
I was
on
thinking,
the raised level?
I was thinking. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I was thinking.
Yeah,
this
true.
One. This one would be the chest.
No, that's the chest. I mean the one that's
Well, you would notice
hasn't
it would
become
phase
a
through
hole
the
yet.
chest instead of making contact with it. Well, no, that's not what I said. That's why the illusion disappears, because it's where'd my notes go? It phases. Did I spell phases right? It phases through the chest, and the chest vanishes, revealing a 5th hole in the ice.
And he's saying Mage Hand would phase through, which would be smart.
Oh, the
But
mage hand. Yeah, same,
our
same thing
wizard
with throws
replacement?
anything, shoots an arrow.
Yeah, our wizard replacement is changing off wizard, so they don't have access to that. But yeah, they could throw something at it. But who would just throw a rock at a chest? Come on, man. It's rude.
Someone who wants to find out if it's a fucking mimic.
Hey, man.
Obviously.
Hey, any mimic worth its salt is not gonna react to that, and you know this.
Alright, I guess that's fair.
I'll take a bruise on the forehead if I get to eat someone.
Right. Cautious people, that's who. No, I 100% agree with Matt. That's... Maybe I am cautious, but that's exactly what I would do.
I, on the other hand, welcome the challenge. I will dive into that chest. First dibs, I want that sandwich.
But it's closed. How are you going to dive into it?
I'm gonna dive straight through it. Just plow right into it.
Alright. Other than... I think we're pretty good here. Other than actually figuring out how to set up, what would it be, 6, 7, 8 people in a Discord chat and represent them on stream, I think we're pretty much ready for this playtest. Can you think of anything else we need to do along?
I'm still confused. Which
You're
hole
confused.
was supposed to be created when somebody steps on it?
Oh, you can't see that. Hold on. Let me make it thicker. 0.01. Can you see that now?
That I know that's the chest, but that's an
Oh,
illusion.
that was
I mean
supposed
the
to be-
one that's covered in ice
That
still.
was supposed to be triggered by the large player stepping on the ice. I think just
Yeah, but
making
we
it...
can still use that.
That's mean. Let's go.
You say
There
that
are
like this
3
entire
holes.
fight isn't mean.
Right. So will it be on Beyond after the playtest? The boss fight or the boss monster? I will need to figure out how to remove whatever external link it's talking about, but yeah, why not?
Yeah, I mean maybe
There
after
are 3
we,
holes placed right now.
maybe eventually I don't know.
If players
I don't think I'm ever gonna put Shadow Long
walk,
though. It's
that's
just-
let's go. August. Yeah, no, exactly. They're gonna learn.
you're gonna learn today how to swim.
If the players walk along the right side of the room, I should probably change this to east side of the room. Can't join unfortunately.
good
busy
luck with the
moving and
move.
packing. Dude, I feel that moving is a pain in the ass. It seriously is.
Yeah, no, that's like my biggest reason for wanting to stay where we are now is because I just don't want to move somewhere else anymore. Oh, headset's dying. Be back in a sec.
So if players walk along the east side of the room, there is they step on top of a thin area of ice, opening up another hole in the floor. So we should mention each is about 10 feet apart.
You're also green like Matt, so I friggin'
Wait, what?
Matt took Hunt took a power nap, came back, and she's like, wait, hold on, that name looks familiar. I scrolled up, it's like, oh, he's green, just like Matt, so it's just like, oh, god dang it.
Wait, what? Oh, I see what you're saying.
I got confused for a second.
Hey, thanks for the follow, Elm. Much appreciated. So, if the players walk to the side of the room. So we have 10 feet apart, raised areas surrounded by thick vines. We have 10 feet apart, with the east area.
I can't even see what you're typing, but even I know it doesn't make sense.
That's a good point. I forgot. I need to make this bigger so that you guys can see. I'm sorry, guys. East area.
They probably could. Just because it's
fairly
a pseudo full screen for me.
And flat.
But yeah.
The raised area is surrounded by thick vines. You can easily climb up. Work on Goliath, Boomstalker, Archer, Assassin Red. The guy disappeared. That sounds terrifying, actually.
Yeah, it's like our bugbear.
Right?
Giant creatures. She's like, okay, bye. Damn.
Wait, Gnomish Glass is out to help Yeah, sorry about that. I completely forgot that my text is so small. Hey, Long, you need to remind me whenever I do that from now on. So yeah, we got 3 holes. Read anything
with a skull on my head? I haven't been able to see anything for the past like 30 minutes, man.
How have you been following chat then? So 3 holes.
I've been hearing you read.
Right side open, raised area surrounded by thick vines, and the chest in the middle. Okay, we have all the descriptors. We have the conditionals. Long can't see also telepathy. I mean, telepathy is canon. That's why his mouth doesn't move.
Yeah. That, and I tried to get it to work once, but lizard mouths do not work with the intricacies of human speech.
Absolutely canon. Did you have telepathy in our first session, or did you get that in the second? I forget.
The first ability I gained after getting the goggles was telepathy. The second was spider climb.
So yeah, I think that was session 2. But yeah, telepathy is definitely canon. Yeah. Giant Pixipus. Sounds good. I'll try to figure that out sometime between now and Friday. What is the app we use? App for what?
If you're talking about the D&D stuff that we were working on earlier, that was D&D Beyond. They have tons of awesome
The
features,
map maker is Campaign Cartographer. The website we use is just the basic D&D Beyond. As for the avatars, I made Asa in Vroid with my absolutely terrible experience with modeling and texturing.
It took a while, but it still looks pretty good.
I think it looks pretty good. My newest addition is this bow. It was so hard to get the bow to actually interact with my head. It's pretty cool though.
You were freaking out about that for days, man.
I know, right? The pointy ears were not something I could do in VRoid. I had to pull it into Blender to do that. But for actually animating the avatar, it's a program called VC Face. I think Miliana has Twitter. If you go hashtag VCFace, one word, VSEEFACE, it'll pull up her post on that with a link to the Discord. It's still in beta, technically kind of alpha-ish, but it works really well.
Yeah, and it's just way too complicated, and there's so much stuff I'm missing. We just could not put in the immense amount of effort it would have taken to figure out how to make a friggin' lizard work with a humanoid tracking system. So for now,
we're
I'm
thinking about commissioning
a
someone
picture.
to make a lizard, but that'll be after we hit affiliate and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Until then, I am a PNG or a JPEG, I can't remember which. And yeah, I just keep pulling up random stuff like this skull. I'm just gonna keep messing around with
hey,
it
it works really
until
well.
eventually I can get other things.
Is it bad to have multiple backup characters just in case your main dies? Actually, as a DM, I recommend all of my players have at least one backup character. That way they don't have to miss a session if one dies and we have to shred the character sheet.
Yeah.
That's my 2 cents, I guess you'd say.
Yeah, I mean, heck, even if it happens at like the beginning of a session, if they have something already ready, you could even work it into later the session. They get back in.
Mm-hmm.
Like they might be out for maybe a half an hour, and then boom, they're back in the campaign again.
A vault of characters is an obsession. I mean, hey, I love all my characters. I don't know what you're talking about.
Nah, I think it's perfectly normal. One of our players, he usually plays as a monster or a boss with his campaign people that he usually runs with. His DM will have him run monsters and stuff. So this dude's just got a massive list of a whole bunch of things that he's made, and they just pull it back in sometimes if it doesn't die in the previous campaign. They'll use it again, and he keeps adding new ones if they don't want to use the old one.
That's
so he's got
actually where all of the characters that I have planned for this dungeon came from. It was the first 3 D&D campaigns that I was either a part of or ran, were all the different characters that all the players used, and I just kind of threw them into the mega dungeon. It works really well.
Yeah. The do you mind if I explain the town?
No, not at all.
The original idea we had for saving all of our characters, which that wasn't the purpose, but it's kind of turned into our character vault, is a adventuring town. It exists in all versions of throughout the multiverse. It's everywhere in every win. It just pops in and out whenever and wherever. So we always have access to it in any campaign we ever do. And if we ever want a character to join that roster of characters that we've made, Asa and Long being some of the most important ones we've added, and some of our favorites, I think.
Yeah. Audley is also extremely important. He was the one that created the castle originally, but
he wasn't a player though. He was the wise wizard of one of our campaigns.
He was the quest giver for my first campaign that I ever ran.
But yeah, so like we bring that town in whenever we desire, and we use it as a hub. So everyone is able to save their characters if they want, and they can retire their characters and even add them to the town. Long after he retired, created a restaurant. So if you ever go to that town, you can visit Long's restaurant and he will cook you a dinner because he a mad chef. He cook, and you don't even need to order. Telepathy, man. He knows what you want.
A Calistar Barbarian Path and Social Guardian. Constantly arguing with his ancestor. Dude, that's...
I like that idea.
Why do I get the, like, mental image of, like, Aang just arguing with the past avatars?
The first thing I thought was my first familiar. Me and him didn't like each other.
Right. Named Gum Gum.
You dum dum, you give me gum gum.
It's a good name, I like it.
I love the Easter Head Island, man. Yeah, that's how we
I wish
decided
I
to
had a
save our
scene set up
characters.
that was like us with like the forest image background, but I don't know. I don't want to set that up on stream. But yeah.
Oh, you mean like for when we go on rants?
Well, we're kind of just chatting now, so I mean.
That's fair.
Oh well, whatever. It's actually a written interview.
That's amazing.
Nice. I like it.
Oh Jesus, I never ate my wings, did I?
Oh, you didn't have those wings sitting out all day, did you?
No, I ordered them earlier,
Just
but
not the
that means it's
ranger or
been.
chief part. Yeah, that makes sense. Chatting forest.
After we're done here, I'm gonna go have to heat these back up. Darn.
No, I can't
I don't
swap
wanna-
off this scene to set a new one up without. Yeah, I'll do it later. It's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know. Honestly, I think we're pretty much done here. We got our boss fight. We got everything planned out. We got our characters done. All I gotta do is talk to those guys. Yeah? Got anything else you want to chat about, Long?
The skull got bigger. Have
Oh, I lost
it
track.
echoes in here. Wait, hold on. I'm using telepathy. How's there an echo? Oh, my head hurts from the physics. Okay, that's better.
Sounds like we're pretty much done then, Long.
There we go, tiny head. Yeah, I think we're all good. We had
Alright.
everything we needed to take care of, taken care of.
Yep, see ya, Elm, and the rest of you as well. We'll catch you on Friday, starting 10 p.m. Again, if anyone wants to DM me on Twitch, or I got a link to my Discord down in the down below the stream. Hop in there, and we'll see if we can get some of you guys added to the playtest on Friday.
Yeah, and we did find a way.
Sorry, not
to
Friday.
get...
Saturday, 10 p.m. Saturday, not Friday.
Correct. And we did find a way to get Final Fantasy to work for the time being. So that is on the schedule now. Fridays are Final Fantasy Fridays.
Yeah, Friday, 10 p.m. Final Fantasy. Just chilling, relaxing after work until we have to go to bed. All right, we'll see you guys later. Have a nice night.
Goodbye.